Recently, Twitch streamer and adult creator Morgpie has gotten into controversy after she decided yet again to push the boundaries of Twitch's terms of service and invite on a man in a full latex suit to sit in the background of her streams. Obviously, many online immediately called this out as content, while also pointing out the absurdity that Twitch is a 13+ website, banning VTubers for certain things like showing their hips, but allowing this to flourish. With some retorting this argument by saying that if kids or young people saw this content, they'd probably just think it's funny and not sexual in nature. This caused a whole debate to spark specifically on the terms of service and whether or not she was violating them. And meanwhile, in the background, Morgpie was just using a shock collar on the man and giving him treats. But there's a lot to get into, so let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus Morgpie. It starts when T Holyoke posts on the LivestreamFail subreddit this clip with the caption, "Morgpie shows off her new dog on stream."
One sec. Place. Good. Good. Okay, where were we?
NOP says, "How is this not against TOS?" Riley Aquilina replies to this gif saying, "Bring out the GIMP." And Blue Guy says, "The GIMP's sleeping." And J-Cone says, "I guess you're gonna have to wake him up." Puzzle-headed Payne says, "Dan Clancy is the dog. That is how it is okay." And CBL Owener says, "Nah, too skinny." Jung's Left Nut says, "That's awesome. Can't wait for the shock collaring." And OS says, "It should have been me." And Major Nebula says, "Bark twice if you need help." And OS says, "Hey, Papi Chulito, I'll bark for you." OP follows up their post by saying, "Content on streaming platform with children. Average Dan Clancy W." And Favo2 Dashcam replies, "It's always the regards with anime PFPs that pipe up the most ridiculous shit. I genuinely hope you are not responsible for anything past scanning items at a retail job or putting fries in a bag." And Takeas says, "Has anyone think of the children? Off with this shit." And 51,000 says, "A child seeing someone act like a dog wouldn't think it's a though. It'd probably just be funny." And One Nectarine says, "Yeah, like those children at the Pride Parade thought the old white guy twerking in loose, tidy whities was just a funny joke." And Fuzzy Wraith says, "How is that like a dog? Are you stupid?" Hillary did 911 says, "It's not content and it's definitely not a shock collar. He just loves going to the dog bed and sits there for the entire stream. You're probably a Destiny viewer, so you don't understand how someone who actually loves their dog takes care of them." And Siphon33 replies, "It's a let's be real here." Moxie says, "It has an 18+ warning and filter on it. Do you want to submit your ID to Twitch to verify your age? Because that's the only other option. Is easier to find than this." And Soggy Definition says, "Or, you know, the website could ban all adult material." And Surfer Shane says, "But why?" And Kryptonite says, "Because there are sites for that already. I already hated when it moved away from solely gaming." And HoriQ says, "The only reason is advertisers. They don't like their ads being shown on sites that have adult content. People who cry think of the kids are slowly ruining the internet for all of us." And Soggy Definition says, "Do you enjoy exposing children under the age of 18 to this type of material?" And Ready Set Zerg says, "Let's be real. Kids are going to find that one way or another. They are masters at breaking things and finding loopholes and backdoors and Pornhub banned in 23 states, that ain't stopping them. With the technologies and access to cell phones and school tablets and shit, bad influence from friends, it is what it is. Mild stuff like this is tame. A funny bit. They probably see more content watching Game of Thrones or Euphoria, Lamau. Jesus. I forgot about TikTok and Instagram. Literal gateway apps to for kids. Like, come on. A Morgpie Twitch stream just ain't it. There are bigger fish to fry and better things to criticize when it comes to Twitch. This too shall pass. Unless they want to set an example of her for some reason. Terrorism good. Suit dog very bad, I guess. I don't know, Twitch is a joke. TLDR, I love boobs." And Soggy Definition says, "So since they might be exposed to things, we should just let them watch anything and everything? Don't reproduce." Fearbuck also tweets out the clip with the caption, "Twitch streamer Morgpie showed off her new pet in a recent stream." And Shadow replies, "Genuinely hate this generation." Evie Lupine quotes the clip by saying, "To be clear, the most offensive part of this is that it incorrectly demonstrates clicker training. Click, verbal command, obedience, reward is all wrong. The clicker isn't to get a pet's attention." Lucid quotes the clip by saying, "Now if a guy did this to a girl, he would be in jail and people would shit on him instantly." And Slap replies, "What the f happened to men?" And Lucid says, "We becoming simps, man." Lulu Lurkhard says, "Reverse the genders and see how quick the ban is." And Slayer says, "A Twitch has been taken over by a bunch of online Yankee quotes the post by saying, how do straights make ped play so unappealing? Ian Miles Chung quotes the post by saying, reminder, Twitch is a website for users aged 13 and up. It's basically a pipeline that internet prostitutes use to shill their OF pages to viewers, many of them being children. How is this allowed? The girl with a microphone quotes the clip by saying, and she didn't even have to shock him. That's real dog ownership. Platcorn also tweets out the clip with the caption, Twitch streamer Morgpie showed off his new ped during a live broadcast. And Johan quotes it by saying, a VTuber was banned last week for having exposed hips on her model, while this is allowed. Lychee quotes the post by saying, sometimes I want to listen to the death threats I get for being a VTuber, but then I remember, I'm not a drug addict, I don't drink, I'm in full-time university, and I never had to open a puppy account for money. So yeah, I guess I'm still doing good in life. Dead Josie quotes the clip by saying, I can't remember. Was it Morgpie, the one where she claimed one of the super mega guys pumped and dumped her during that whole controversy? And Big Tone replies, yes. She tries to jump on grape allegations to air out the fact that she's a dugout star who got ghosted. Lunar replies to Dead Josie by saying, yes babe, that was her. And the way everyone pretended it didn't happen because he's a nice guy YouTuber is why girls don't bother speaking up. And Dead Josie says, I wouldn't call Matt a nice guy. There's a reason why Ryan is the favorite in that group. This tweet also went viral. Just to be clear, for context, this is not a real quote. There's a community note added that says there's no source. Dan Clancy made this statement, but this did get millions of views and lots of interaction. I assume people either going along with the joke or just maybe thinking it's real. But Vizout tweets out, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy responds to Morgpie having a human slave on stream and says it doesn't violate our TOS. And she wasn't viewbotting. As far as I'm concerned, this also appears to be consensual. I admire the innovation streamers bring to the platform. And Morgpie replies, WCEO. Lucy Pyre says, they really want you to believe that VTuber hips are more of a risk to children on the platform than this. Ching replies, Hassan shocking his dog also counted as innovation. Kaya quotes the post by saying, just want to say that if Morgpie was a guy having a female slave on stream, not only would he get permabanned, but people would be calling him a degenerate pervert who should go to jail. And Morgpie heard about this and responded to it on another stream, and Validate tweets out this clip with the caption, Morgpie replied to people claiming that if the roles were reversed, a man would have been arrested for letting a woman wear a gimp suit on stream.
Because all of Twitter is like, if a man had a woman in a gimp suit, he would be in jail. He'd be in jail. No, the fuck he wouldn't. I will put on the gimp suit and go sit in the back of a man's stream right now. I'll do it right now. Somebody at me. I'll fucking shake my little tail. Come on, bro. I don't need to go to jail. I'll do it. Wubby, let's do it. we can get. Surely we can get another woman. I mean, I can think of like 10 women off the top of my head that would also be down. 100%. Come on, Hassan. Hassan should put you in the suit and let you sit back. I will put on the shock collar. I'll do it.
The streamer updates tweets out this clip with the caption, Morgpie says she's confused by all the hate she received, explaining the human pet was never meant to be taken in a sexual way, and that she only did it because she thought it was funny.
Still dirty. We couldn't clean his outfit in time. I didn't expect to wake up to have this trending on Twitter. It wasn't at all. Yeah, I'm not, bro. It wasn't at all. It's just a suit. It's just a suit. I don't know. I just find it kind of funny. I thought it was funny. And I didn't even tag the stream to be themes. Twitch put that label on the stream. Twitch did that, not me.
And Fresh replies, and not in a sexual way. MF wearing full B fit, like who are we fooling? Streamer updates also tweets out this clip with the caption, Morgpie calls out the VTuber community for always inserting themselves into Twitch controversies, saying they should actually read the TOS instead of getting upset at her.
Anytime anybody does something controversial on Twitch, the VTubers all come out. They're like, but we can't do whatever we want all the time. It's like, they're like, okay, but you can't have exposed hips. Yeah, because it explicitly says that in the TOS that you just read the TOS! You know what I do when I wanna do something on stream? I just read. I just read the TOS. I just read the TOS. It explicitly says it in the TOS that you can't show your hips on stream. That's been a thing for like 2 years. Dude, that changed like 2 years ago. That's 2024, man.
Back to the clip of Morgpie talking about VTubers, Kung Fu Man quotes it by saying, "The TOS got worse because of you. Specifically you, Morgpie. The hip clause was because of your green screen meta. You are successful star. You make a stupid bank. Instead, you up Twitch, make things worse for people that only have it, and then go, just read, lol." Mina Wawa quotes the post by saying, "Is the TOS in the room with us right now, Morgpie?" Circling this section that says wearing or displaying be associated attire, harnesses, blindfolds, collars, or paraphernalia, whips, displayed or worn without engaging in activity. And just Anzia replies, "Did you actually read the rules?" and shows the context to that part that we just read, which says themes. While Twitch prohibits nudity, inappropriate attire, pornography, and certain content, streamers are required to apply a content classification label to certain streams that contain themes listed below. We also require that streamers label their stream if the content or behavior is very likely to elicit a more mature chat conversation. Streamers must label their stream if they solicit the content below for money, services, or items of value, including cheering, bits, subs, donations, or in-game items. Examples of content that require a classification label include, but are not limited to, and then we have the part we just read, but just for additional context, this is the full screenshot of the TOS. The top part here, themes, and then the very bottom part says that you must label it if you are wearing or displaying associated attire. And Slow Mangoes replies to this post in the caption, "The problem is that she didn't label it. It was added by someone else later, meaning she still broke the TOS." And it's this clip by Cam Nuggets reacting to her with the caption, "Morg's reaction to having the label added. She broke a TOS by not labeling it herself, meaning anyone could have seen this before Twitch labeled it."
I got a theme label locked on my account for 7 days.
Oh.
For what?
Oh, I thought you're Mrs. I like to read the TOS.
What?
I'm Mrs. I know the rules, you don't, apparently,
what did I do? What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Then after all the backlash, Morgpie went live again the next day, and NeverClipX clips the stream with this caption, "Despite the backlash for keeping a human pet on stream, Morgpie has added another one. She now has 2 human pets on her stream."
All right. All right, come Bill Clinton. Come Bill Clinton. Shake. Spin. That was a pretty good spin.
Buck
right.
Nasty 691989 just cheer 10 bits.
Come on, it's not that bad. Here, I'll eat another one with you.
And John F. Rizzo replies, "Women abuse mentally ill men and society doesn't give a fuck. Truly an amazing feat." Adam Steele says she is showing and proof that Twitch TOS is a joke, so she keeps doing what she is doing. I want her to keep going with it. Tetra quotes the clip by saying, "See, when she is given a pass on TOS, she will keep pushing the line until she gets a slap on the wrist. Eventually, she'll get her 13th ban from Twitch, take a 2-day vacation with all the money funneled to her by 14-year-olds, and then do this all over again with new gray areas." Dramalert then also tweets out this clip with the caption, "Twitch streamers are using shock collars on humans. WTF?"
Bill. There he goes. Oh, shit. Whoa. Spike, it's okay. Yeah. Spike. No, Spike. No. Stop it, Spike. Yo, chill. Chill the fuck out. Okay, you're good, Bill. You're good. Very good, Bill.
And the Act Man quotes the clip by saying, "Every single viewer she has needs to be lobotomized and exiled to North Sentinel Island." Kaura says, "You're hardly even allowed to use a shock collar on yourself. WTF. Where is the line drawn? This is extremely fast." Over on the LivestreamFail subreddit, Hertz69 posts this clip with the caption, "Nikki being anti-white on Morgpie's stream."
I DM'd with her and been like, "Yo, you're so funny," because she's done stuff on her own that I'm like, "That's so funny, like we should stream together or whatever."
Wait, hold on. I need to cut you off because I just saw someone in chat say that she's racist towards white men. And I'm so sorry, but respectfully, shut up. Shut the f up, dude. You're gonna act like somebody's being racist towards white men, the least oppressed fucking group of human beings on society? You can suck my d. That's insane. Shut up, dude. She says white guys are inferior. They are. That's not racism. I hate to break it to you.
And Ad Financial replies, reposting the graph of her very real viewers from last post. Also a reminder, mods, that being racist is not considered being political, and removing posts because of it is kinda weird. And Joker says they removed a previous post for calling this out? That's insane. WTF, lol. Defo Not a Bot says, why does the title say anti-white and not racist? And Livid Yordle says, there's a subsect of people in the world that believe you cannot, under any circumstances, be racist to white people. I'm a white boy who grew up in Oakland. I beg to differ. And Moose says, I knew someone like that once. Literally saw her one time say on Facebook that she wanted to become a cop so she could shoot white people and not go to jail. Temporary Error says, could you imagine how much LSF would be popping off if she replaced white with another race? And Joy Sunderland says, the post about Neon going to that Indian festival in Canada was filled with racism. Now people are getting offended and acting like they're respectful about others. Just let the random women say what she heard Hassan say. And Fit Actuary says, this sub pretends to be all diplomatic and neutral, but they absolutely love dropping racist dog whistles when given the chance to. Also posted this clip on the LivestreamFail subreddit with the caption, Nikki doubling down.
Non-white man here. Yo, Nikki, thinking it's okay to say like that because it's punching up. Oh my gosh.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh no.
Respectfully, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna talk about how, like, the fact that, like, you can't be racist towards white people. You just can't. Because guess what? White isn't a race. So, you can suck my dick. You don't want to go toe to toe with me on this shit, dude.
And Aggravating Tooth replies, who watches this shit? And Derp Herp says, bods. Chat so slow I fell asleep watching this clip on mute. Freak Reddit report says, people who don't know how to find actual on the internet. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives Kiko, Salsal, Dakotas, Bandito, Captain Crash Out, Dear Boy, and the Noobster. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.